top three things in my notebook this morning. The Japanese yen versus the dollar is number one. Number two is Europe, and I mean all of Europe. And then number three, I'll go with the 10-year bond yield again. So just to get into it, the Japanese yen, if you didn't know, now you know. You get the yen right, you get the Nikkei right. So the yen was down about 0.6% yesterday versus the dollar. And notwithstanding my Canadian accent on the above part, you get what you get, which is 2.5% move in the Nikkei. So, you get what you get. Don't get upset. That's that's the way it works. So again, look at it again for what it is, which is what we'll be watching on an ongoing basis. Darius Dale and I did a Hedgeye TV video on Japan specifically yesterday if you want to check that out. Point number two on Europe, just up, and away for the European stock market. You can look at the DAX versus the S&P 500 outperforming it by a good 125 basis points. It is up for the year to date, by the way, and the S&P is not. So while we did buy the S&P at the right signal level on the day before the ramp, at the end of the day, you'd much rather be long European equities than U.S. equities, because on the margin, and that's where macro matters most, European growth is more impressive. Austria up 5.9% for the year to date. Denmark up 5.7% for the year to date. Greece up 10% for the year to date. Isn't that greasy? 10-year bond yield inches up here, and that's an important fact just because, again, the trend line for Hedgeye is 2.76% on the 10-year bond yield. So you're trading 9 basis points above that, and no, gold does not like that because gold does not like rates rising. So again, what's going to most likely happen here on the 10-year bond yield is that it trades in a tight range, and gold might just do that too. So again, that would be interesting and tradable, which of course we'll do in real-time alerts. So those are your top three things.